This month I wanted to focus on some easy sides to bring to the holiday table, whether it's Thanksgiving, a Friendsgiving, or Christmas. We are gonna use acorn squash. We're gonna slice it along the edges, roast it up, and then we're gonna add pomegranates and brown butter sage to the top of this. We're gonna use a little bit of this chili powder. I've talked about it before. I love it. You can buy it on Amazon, super cheap, really good. And it will be sitting on top of labneh. So just add that nice creamy texture to a little bit of spice and sweetness. So let's start. So we're gonna take our acorn squash and a sharp knife and just pierce it right down the line. And if it's not perfectly done, don't worry about that. You'll have other opportunities to get it. Wow, there we go. Give it a little bang. And then we'll put it flat way down and then just kind of make some wedges. And like other squashes I have roasted before, no need to remove the seeds right now because once it's roasted and soft, it'll be really easy to take your spoon and just scrape that away. And then they'll be all toasted, so you can also use them later and eat them. So we'll just put it on our pan once they're sliced. It's seeds flying everywhere. There we go. This is obviously not a job for a child to do as it's moving around a lot and you're dealing with a very sharp object. So, and if the seeds fall off, that's totally fine. We can get rid of the other part later. There. And then we'll do this. They will be delicious. Go. Now that my squash is all in its own little wedges, I'm gonna add olive oil, some salt and pepper, and a little bit of the chili powder to these as well. And then we're gonna roast it at 375 for the next half hour. Probably within 15 minutes of it being roasted, I'm gonna go in there and flip the sides so each side will kind of get caramelized. There we go, okay. So I'm just gonna drizzle olive oil over each piece. And then take our chili and just put it down. And then we're gonna use our hands and really rub each piece of squash so everything has the seasonings on it. It'll be spread over it all pretty evenly. We'll add our pepper. And then just take your hands with it and just go around. Again, don't worry about those seeds. And then you want to make sure your oven is at 375 when you put this in. So always preheat your oven prior to doing your work. So that way, once you're done with your work, you can just pop it straight in. So we're gonna add this to the oven now. All right. So I'm gonna take butter and sage, and I'm gonna take about 2 tablespoons of our butter and put it in a pan. And I'm gonna pluck our sage off, kind of like this, so there's no stem at the end. And we're just gonna leave it flat in the butter and let it brown and kind of crisp it up. And then this will be used to go over our squash at the end. All right, we're gonna finish assembling our roasted acorn squash. So the first thing we're gonna do is take labneh and take a pretty generous scoop out. I love this dark platter because the contrast between the dark and the light. And if you have any plate, you can totally do that. So I'm just gonna smooth it out, taking the back of my spoon and going to put it all along here. This dish can definitely be served cold. I've let my acorn come to room temperature. And then I have taken my sage and removed about half of it, and then put the other half with some pecans and just roughly chop that together. And we're gonna put that on top with our pomegranates. Okay, so that's probably, we'll even it out a little bit more on this side. And this is also like a really fun job. Like if you have a little kid that loves to do art type stuff, I think they would really find this fun. So we're gonna do that, and then we're just gonna lay our acorn squash on top. And like I said before, I didn't remove those seeds, and now I'm just easily able to pull them off. And you can really place it however you want, whatever feels right for you. Just put them like this. And if it's a little bit charred on one side, we can just hide that. Nobody will know. And this dish also is really good with honestly any roasted veggies. You can put it over the labneh, or if you don't like the yogurt, you can skip it altogether. It's just a really simple dish to bring to your holiday table that's not gonna take a ton of work for you. So you're just roasting the squash, laying down the yogurt, and then we did the brown butter with sage. We let that sit, and then I just removed half of it, added the pecans to the other half, and just toasted them up again. So now we're gonna take the pecans and the sage, and we're just gonna use our hands and just kind of sprinkle it all over. And then we're gonna take some pomegranates as well and put that on top. I won't even use all of that, just to eyeballing it. And then with my leftover sage, I'm just gonna take the whole pieces and just place it on my squash however I like. They're very hard. They've gone hard and crunchy, which is really yummy to bite into. So we're just gonna kind of put it as one part decoration and one part just delicious to eat. So just putting that all over. And that's it. It's a super simple side to bring, and I feel like everyone will really enjoy it. So I hope you make this.